Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about success not being about money. Money follows when you are doing what it is that you love to do. The main priority is focusing on the things that you want to do with your life. When there's something you can't stop thinking about, something you're very passionate about, something you can see yourself doing and wanting to do for the rest of your life, but it may not be deemed successful in society. It may not be what your parents are encouraging you to do. It is your authentic self screaming to come out and put your talent and your uniqueness into this world. That is what I believe success to be. When you are waking up every single day, doing what it is that you love doing, mastering it, you're overcoming the obstacles you are facing life day by day, and just prioritizing what it is that you love. What do you want to do with your life? And finding those answers from within and start taking the time to initiate it into your everyday life. It's a slow transition, but it is truly possible and it takes time. Ask yourself what it is that you want to do with your life and start taking the necessary steps to get yourself there, to lead a more fulfilling life for yourself. And when you start to do this, you start to become more happier, start to love life, and you're able to pour into others once you start pouring into yourself. And that is what this world needs. When we start to decenter everything else and starting to centralize ourselves and our well-being and what about us matters, then we can give it to the world. We can share that with the world, and we can become a very strong community, focusing just on ourselves at the moment. What it is that makes us feel fulfilled in life is following what it is that we love to do. Nobody wants to wake up every day and do something that they don't want to do. And how many of us are currently doing that? You're waking up, you're getting ready for a job that you do not want to do, you're not passionate about, but you're doing it because one, maybe the money is good, and maybe you just need money, but it's not necessarily anything that you're passionate about, so you're not going to feel good about it. And just to ask, how many of us would love to wake up every day doing what it is that we enjoy doing? How much happier? Can we all visualize this for a second? How happy would we be when we are doing what it is that we love doing? Don't you want that for yourself? And no, it's not easy. It's not just an idea. It's an idea, but you have to put the action behind it in order to achieve it. And a lot of times people just leave it as an idea. They like the thought of it, but they don't do anything to take the initiative to act towards it. There are people in this world that are doing exactly what it is that they want to do. And I'm not talking about celebrities. I'm not talking about people that are born into money. There's people who come from absolutely nothing and took control of their life and started to do and take the necessary steps, working on themselves, working on their passions and what it is that they want to become, and envisioning that person and eventually evolving themselves into that person. We are all dealt with different cards. Some people have better advantages than others, but we all have the chance and opportunity to become what it is that we want to become. Some people, it may take longer, but that does not mean you're not going to get there. It's just you waking up every day and making the conscious decision that you are going to become that person that you can't stop thinking about. The only thing that separates the two, being average and being great, is that those people took the initiative to actually take control of their life. And a lot of people who may be considered average are just going with whatever life throws at them because they think that they have to do that. And a lot of times we may have to work a job that we don't want to work. But what are we doing in our free time? The chance that we do have to work on ourselves and to become better, to work on our passions. Are we watching TV? Are we going out and drinking? And I'm not saying these things are bad, but it's balance. You can't just come home and live in the same routine, go to work, come home, relax, watch TV, watch TikToks, make dinner, whatever, and then doing the same thing all over again, because then your life is going to look like that for the rest of your life if you don't make a change. And thoughts are not easy. Everybody deals with negative thoughts. They're inevitable, but it's what are we doing with those negative thoughts when they come into mind? Are we letting them conquer us? Or are we pushing through it and we're changing that thought as soon as it comes? Because you cannot think about that thought, if that makes sense. And if you feel like you're somebody struggling with your thoughts, there's this book called Don't Believe Everything You Think. An amazing book. Let me actually get the book so I can show you guys. So it's a super quick read. Allow yourself the time to read this short book to change your life. It's called Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Wynn. And it is an amazing book. I'm somebody who has struggled with my thoughts for a very long time. Read this book, and now I don't even entertain negative thoughts because I understand the science behind it. And you have to read. You have to continue learning. Reading is crucial. Reading is crucial for your growth, to understand things, to see things from different perspectives, to learn the reasoning why some of us are thinking the way that we think, why we feel the way that we feel, how to change these things, what are good habits that we can pick up on to start transitioning our life that we don't want into the life that we do want. Reading propelled my self-growth because there's so much knowledge in reading, and once we take the time to actually read and you see what you learn from it, it just then becomes addicting, and you just want to continue reading and learning. It's self-improvement literally becomes addicting once you start to get the ball rolling with it. So, Don't Believe Everything You Think by Joseph Wynn, an amazing book. Again, it's a quick read. Allow yourself the time to read this book. And that's where you can start with being disciplined and taking the first step. Tell yourself, I am going to read this book, and you read the book. Then you complete the book, and then boom, your perspective has changed. And then you start to think differently. And then you're wondering like what else you can do. Reading one book started my growth. I'm telling you, one book can change your life. Another thing that I want to kind of point out is you can change your life sooner than you think. You can change your life in 6 months had you taken the necessary steps to get you there. So the time is gonna pass regardless. The time is gonna pass regardless. And you have to choose, it's up to you what you want to do with that time in that 6 months. Do you wanna keep repeating the same pattern? Or do you wanna switch it up and start making your life better? And this all goes back to success. Once you start doing what it is that you love to do, fulfillment comes in, happiness comes in. You can give to others. You're feeling more positively. You want to share it with the world, what you've learned, to help others feel the same. Others who have felt how you felt, and you realize that you can flip the script. You can flip the switch. You can change. Life does become better. You just have to put in the time and the effort and the work. That is all. I'm going to talk about abundance also. Once you start giving to the universe, when you start feeling good and you changing your thought pattern to more positive thoughts and you're at a higher frequency, that's when abundance starts to bless you with many opportunities, with money, with love, with everything that you've ever desired. That's when it comes in. That's when you start attracting things more effortlessly when you allow it. But if you're operating from a negative headspace, you're creating that blockages from the better life that you can have. And it's hard, but it's worth it, and it can be done. It's just you have to make sure you're making the necessary changes every day and just being conscious about them. When that thought comes in, you diminish it. When you trying to pick up a new habit and you find yourself stuck on the couch, stuck in bed or whatever, you have to say, nope, I got to get up, and just get up. Don't even think about it. That is something that has helped me also. Don't give stuff too much thought. Just do it. Don't let your mind play tricks on you. Don't let your mind try to talk you out of it. Shut it off and just go do it. Once it's completed, you will feel so good about yourself that you did it, and you'll feel more confident, and that's how you get the ball rolling. And again, this kind of goes back into a video I made not too long ago. I think it's called Without Focus, the consciousness is in a state of chaos, and that is so true. You have to keep your mind focused, because if you lose that grip on it, it can very easily consume you, and your thoughts will just be going all over the place. You'll have that war in your mind all over again. You'll feel yourself in fight or flight mode. You have to take control of your mind. When it's all scattered, sort it out. Don't let it consume you, because when you start to have that direct focus, things become a lot more clear, a lot more intentional. You don't feel so stressed. Anxiety is at a minimum, if not gone. But a lot of times, if we don't control our minds, that's where anxiety stems from. And how many times are we creating false scenarios in our head and trying to run with it when they're just thoughts? We don't know. They're not facts. We literally just made it up in our minds and we're running with it. That's not healthy. It's not okay. But if you start to sort it out and understand that what I'm thinking, is it a fact or is it just a thought? And if it's just a thought and it's not a fact, move on. And do not focus too much on it, and focus on what needs to be done. Focus on the present moment and what you need to do at this very moment to improve yourself 1% more. And also just letting go of the things that are no longer serving you. Let it go, drop it, cut it off, because that is what's holding you back and pulling you back. Once you cut it off, you don't feel as stressed, and you can just move forward lighter, happier, with more energy to do the things that you need to do to become the person that you want to become and create the life that you want. Because everybody who is viewing this video right now, if you're this far into the video, you're here for a reason, and it's to create a better version of yourself because you want it. You know you want it, but you have to work with yourself in order to accomplish it. All right, guys? That is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more. Bye, guys. Mwah.